I think it's the first thing maybe to recall is that we're still way behind when it comes to climate action. We still need to be cutting emissions in a far more faster pace than we are. And this has to be manifested, of course, in all COPs going forward, that we need to listen to what the IPCC tells us, that we need to cut emissions by half by 2030. Well, we need to continue and accelerate the work we're doing on cutting emissions. And here I think we from the Swedish side hopefully can be providing inspiration and support, both in terms of what we are doing in terms of policy, but also when it comes to finance, our development finance, but also providing the kind of support to develop financial markets, which we will need to do in order to be able to transform the financial flows as we set out to do in the Paris Agreement, but also what Swedish business can provide in terms of solutions to be cutting emissions in various types of sectors in industry, within transportation, and so forth. And I think the examples which we can provide based on the experience within the Fossil Free Sweden initiative hopefully can inspire also other countries to move ahead. I think it's a fantastic project with the Hub, and I've been looking forward to seeing the output and the results also on the ground, which based on the work which the Hub is doing. And I think looking at sort of the wider picture from the COPs, and not only sort of on the mitigation side, but also on adaptation, on finance, on loss and damage, I think the kind of results or the research also which the Hub is doing, and looking into sort of more granular what countries can do in order to build more resilience in their societies when it comes to water, when it comes to adaptation, when it comes to agriculture and so forth, and how sort of these various sectors are interlinked and what kind of policy options are available, both for us, for example, as donors, but also for countries more generally, how you can integrate these perspectives into your national budget and planning processes, for example. I think looking forward to what the Hub can be contributing to in that respect. Absolutely, and I think in this job, it's part of my job description to be hopeful. And I think the wide engagement that we're seeing from so many different actors. I mean, this COP was, I think, one of the biggest so far. Some 44,000 registered participants, not all of them there at the same time, but a lot of activities going on sort of outside the negotiations themselves. In all the various pavilions that were on display at COP, sort of both from civil society actors, from business, from research and academia. So the kind of engagement that we're seeing and how that is building and supporting countries in being more ambitious, I think definitely there is hope going forward.